Hello students, welcome to physics class. Today we discuss meter bridge or slide wire bridge. A meter bridge or slide wire bridge is the simplest practical application of Wheatstone bridge that used to measure unknown resistance. Hope you all remember in the last session we discussed what is a Wheatstone bridge and how can we measure unknown resistance by using Wheatstone bridge concept. So a Wheatstone bridge consists of four resistors which are connected as the arms of a quadrilateral. Here we have a Wheatstone bridge. P, Q, R and S are the resistance on this Wheatstone bridge. And if the Wheatstone bridge is balanced, hope you all remember what is the balancing condition of the Wheatstone bridge. When the bridge is balanced, no current will pass through this galvanometer. By the time we can write P by Q is equal to R by S. P by Q is equal to R by S. If out of this four resistance, if any of the resistance is unknown, we can find that unknown resistance by using the terms or by the terms of other three resistance. Now let us see the construction of this meter bridge. A meter bridge consists of 1 meter long manganese wire. 1 meter long manganese wire which stretched along a meter scale and which is connected on a wooden board, which is connected or attached to a wooden board. 1 meter long wire, here it is shown as AC, is a 1 meter long wire which is stretched along a meter scale and which is fixed on a wooden board. The end of the wire, that is at A and C, we have two metallic conductor, usually copper, L-shaped metallic conductor. The end of the wire AC is soldered to this metallic conductor, L-shaped metallic conductor. Usually it is copper. And between these two L-shaped conductor, we have one more conductor made of copper. And this arrangement provides two gaps, AB and A1, B1. And in the first gap AB, we connecting a resistance box which is a variable resistance. And in the second gap A1, B1, we are connecting a unknown resistance. Say S is an unknown resistance which is to be measured. Between this point A and C, one battery is connected through a one-way key. The function of this battery is to provide a constant current through this wire AC, through this meter bridge wire AC. And across this point B and D, we have a high resistance and a galvanometer and a sliding contact known as jockey. Okay, this is the construction of the meter bridge. Then if you are inserting a key on this, okay, if you are inserting the plug on this key, we can say a constant current is passing through this meter bridge wire. A constant current is passing through this meter bridge wire. So after inserting the key, we are just taking this jockey, which is a sliding contact, and we slide through this wire AC. And suppose when the jockey is reached at the point B, the deflection on the galvanometer is 0. The galvanometer is showing a null deflection. By the time we can say our meter bridge is balanced. Actually, we told it's a practical application of Wheatstone bridge. It's a practical application of Wheatstone bridge. Now compare this device to our Wheatstone bridge. Here we have a wire AB having a length L and a wire BC having a length 100 minus L, because the total length of AC is 100. So the length AB, suppose AB is equal to L and BC is equal to 100 minus L. The wire AB having a resistance P and a wire BC having a resistance Q. So here instead of P and Q, we have wire AB and BC having resistance P and Q. So P by Q, the bridge is balanced. So we can write P by Q is equal to, instead of Here we have R and S, R and S, R and S. Here we have R and S. We are introducing some resistance in the resistance box. Say that resistance is capital R and the unknown resistance is S. So we can easily write P by Q is equal to R by S. Now we want to find what is P and Q. The P is the resistance of the wire AB and Q is the resistance of wire BC. You know that the resistance of the wire is directly proportional to length. The resistance of the wire is directly proportional to length. So we are using this concept to find what is the resistance of wire AB and BC. That is P by Q, the resistance of AB divided by the resistance of BC. That's equal to P by Q is equal to resistance of AB divided by resistance of BC. So P by Q can be write as first resistance of AB. Resistance of AB is proportional to the length L. So that's why sigma into L. What is sigma? The resistance per unit length of this wire. The resistance per unit length of this wire. So the resistance of AB can be write as sigma into L. And what about the resistance of BC? The resistance of BC is equal to sigma into 100 minus L, because the length of BC is equal to 100 minus L and the length of AB is equal to L. So sigma L divided by sigma into 100 minus L. That actually we are getting P by Q. We are getting P by Q is equal to sigma L divided by sigma into 100 minus L. What is sigma? Resistance per unit length of this wire. Okay, now we got P by Q is equal to L by 100 minus L. P by Q is equal to L by 100 minus L. Now we can compare that P by Q. P by Q is equal to R by S. What is R? The resistance from this resistance box. S is the unknown resistance. So compare that P by Q. Instead of P by Q, we are writing L by 100 minus L, which is equal to what? R by S. P by Q is equal to R by S. So R by S is equal to what? L by 100 minus L. R by S is equal to L divided by 100 minus L. We told the resistance S is unknown resistance. So the unknown resistance S is equal to R into 100 minus L divided by L. The unknown resistance S is equal to R into 100 minus L divided by L. So we can repeat the experiment by taking the different resistance from the resistance box. We are taking the different resistance from the resistance box and we can repeat the experiment. And we can find the resistance by accurately by repeating the experiment by taking the different resistance from the resistance box, and it can be calculated by using this formula. S is equal to R into 100 minus L divided by L. After taking a resistance, particular resistance from this box, slide the sliding contact through this wire AC and find the balancing length. Once you are changing the resistance from the box, the balancing length will be changed. So find different length corresponding to each resistance and we can calculate the unknown resistance for different resistance. And almost we will get a constant. And if you ask to calculate what is the resistivity of this wire, once you are calculating the resistance, if you know the length of this wire and radius of this wire, we can easily calculate what is the resistivity. Suppose if R is the radius of this wire and L dash is the length of this wire. Say R is the radius of this wire and L dash is the length of this wire, and we can write the expression for the resistivity as rho is equal to resistance. Actually S is for resistance of this wire, S into A by L dash. Remember our equation, resistivity rho is equal to RA by L, RA by L. So here the resistance of this wire we taken as S. So that's why S into A. What is A? A is the area cross section of this wire divided by length of this wire. So once know the radius, we can write that's pi r square, area cross section as pi r square. resistance into area cross section divided by length. That's the resistivity of that material. So by using this meter bridge, we can measure the unknown resistance very accurately. And remember, the working principle of this meter bridge is Wheatstone bridge, balanced Wheatstone bridge. That's all today. Thank you.